Hi there, my name is Ewan Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Remembering Love. The title of today's video is You're on Earth. There's no cure for that. And by extension, you are human, and there's also no cure for that as well. So the title of today's video actually comes from a quote from Samuel Beckett, the Irish playwright, and from his play Endgame. And it's just a quote I've always really liked, and I've always really felt it said something very insightful. Because to claim you're on Earth, there's no cure for that, assumes that people are kind of looking for a cure for that. It underlies a problem that we have, that we're constantly looking to fix and cure and remedy something as uncurable as our human condition, as our existence. Like, we're here on Earth, I'm a human, and there is no cure for being a human. There is just this condition. And to say that, indicates that it's needed to be said, because there is an underlying emphasis and focus, particularly in our modern society, that we are here to be fixed, we are here to be remedied. The Diagnostic Manual for Criterion Mental Illnesses, produced by the American Psychiatric Association, has grown from a thin little book a number of decades ago to a thick tome of over 250 mental illnesses. And what's happening is we are pathologizing normality. We are categorizing our human condition into more and more variants of more and more mental illnesses. And within that problem-solution scenario, there is money to be made, there is psychiatric medicine to be sold, and to turn our human condition into a problem that has to be fixed and remedied. There's a profit motive involved in that, but it's also kind of comforting on one level to say, well, it isn't just our human condition, it isn't just part of being alive. Well, it's this thing, and it's this mental illness, and it's this subcategorization. And I think there's a need to kind of pull away from that. There's a need to embrace our humanity and the complexity and messiness and complicated nature of our human existence. That we are full of contradictions. We are full of anguish and pain and beauty and pride and ego and sadness and grace and love and kindness, and it's all on this huge spectrum that we move throughout our lives, and there are different times we feel it more and less, and it's just very, very complicated. And would we really want to cure that? Would we really want to remedy that? And I think not. I think we have to celebrate it. I think we have to accept it and be present with just what is. Not what we want to be, not what we would prefer, not what is ideal, but just here we are. Because on one level, by extension of that same quote, I'm suffering from me. I'm suffering from the ailment of Ewan. I have this condition called Ewan, and it's really complicated and it's very painful, but sometimes it's really nice and sweet and beautiful and joyful, and then it turns on a dime, on a whim, to something full of anguish and anxiety. And I look at the course of my life, and it's been this journey of tribulation and trial and connection and kindness and just a lot. And I assume it will continue that way. And do I really want to remedy that? Do I really want to cure myself of that condition, of my humanity, of my imperfections, faults, strengths? And I don't feel like that's the way to go. Now, at the same time, it makes sense when you feel a lot of pain and you feel a lot of anguish, that the natural thing is to reach out and think, what can I do to make this less? I had kidney stones recently, and my first thing is, what can I take? Or what do I need to do? Drink more water, drink this tea, whatever. How do I reduce this pain? How do I fix this? And by extension, it's natural that we kind of translate that over to our emotional states, that I'm in this depression, I feel this sadness, over this heightened anxiety. How do I get rid of that? How do I remedy that? And on one level, okay, who doesn't want to do that? I've pursued that myself. But part of that process of what's required is an acceptance of this is what is. Like, I am here. I am on planet Earth. I am human. I am Ewan. And before I can really fundamentally change or alter that, I have to be honest about that condition, about that reality, rather than what I want it to be and what it should be and where I'm meant to be, and the struggle and tension that occurs from this constant conflict between the reality of our experience and the reality of what we want to be. And it's not just with ourselves, it's with others. That person should be different. This world should be different. That person needs to be kinder, fairer, more understanding to me. How dare they? So, yeah, in addition to our own demands on ourselves, we also have demands on others, on the world, that things just shouldn't be the way they are. Yet they are the way they are. We are here on earth. This is our predicament. This is our situation. And if any kind of radical change is going to come about, it must first come from an acceptance of here we are. That all that violence in the world that I abhor, it's in me too. I'm not separate to it. It's my karma as much as everyone else's. That violence I hate to see inflicted on others, I've inflicted massive amounts out on myself, which is just as abhorrent. So the shadow of the world is my shadow. My shadow is a shadow of the world. It isn't separate. And for me to look at myself and to look at my humanity and to try meet it with loving acceptance, with compassion acceptance, and say this is the way it is, by deepening that for myself, I can project it outward more clearly. I can have compassion for other people's conditions, that we are all in this together. We are all on planet Earth. We are all humans, and we're all struggling one way or the other to make sense of it, to make sense of this crazy, complex, complicated world. And I don't want to cure it on one level. I want to be present with it. I want to be aware of it. I want to be honest with it. And out of that, maybe something new arises, maybe something doesn't. I really don't know. But to me, to be honest is, I think, the first step. To look and say, well, I feel this pain, and I'd prefer I don't have it. I prefer something different, but this is the way it is. And that's a starting point, I think, a radically different starting point than that part of us that's constantly trying to fix and mend and get away from the reality of what's in front of us, the reality of our humanness, the reality of our condition, its complexity, its messiness, its mysteriousness, all those things. So look, I hope this has made sense. I hope this has resonated on some level, that you can celebrate your humanity and your me-ness or amness or whatever it may be. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or insights, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And please take care of yourself. Bye-bye.